I mean, nothing says behavioral therapist like a Brazilian butt lift. Just saying.
Well, let us get into some news because Kanye West is still at it, attacking Kim. Now, his new music video, EAZY, which we talked about the lyrics that he has for Pete, i.e. Skeet Davidson, has some visuals, and he is shown decapitating, burying, tying him up, burying alive, and it's the song that has the lyric, God save me from that crash so I could just beat Davidson's ass, and now he is showing major depictions of violence against Pete Davidson in his video, which doesn't quite feel right to me, but Kanye disagrees, and he wrote on Instagram, art is therapy, just like this view. Art is protected as freedom of speech, art inspires and simplifies the world, art is not a proxy for any ill or harm. Any suggestions otherwise about my art is false and malintended. Well, Kanye, enjoy my false and malintended observation that when you provoke violence against somebody, it sort of negates the First Amendment. It's sort of a big caveat there that you're not allowed to spark violence or anything like that. Did you guys watch the claymation? Was surprisingly great. Shout out to whoever did the claymation, but the decapitation and the burying and the assault was a little much.
Totally aggressive, too aggressive. I don't know why Kanye just continues this crusade of ugliness, although I do know why he does, because he is not well, but really he needs to be reined in.
Yeah. And I think we had a source telling us that, because there were some reports saying, that Pete tries to laugh this stuff off. And I think in the past that was true, but then we had a source tell us this time, he's still trying to take the high road and just stay out of it. But it's like getting to the point where this is a little scary. And I think that that's fair. And I think Kim, our source said, longs for the day when this is over and is just trying to keep her head high and go past it. And it's so interesting when you still see them like stepping out, looking so happy together, because and not that I don't want them to be, but it's almost like it must be worth it, because this torture, you know what I mean? Like this relationship they have must be worth it for both of them to be going through this. I don't want them to be bow down to Kanye by any means, but I feel like I'd be like, I'm over this. If we break up, will you leave me alone? Which I don't want her to do, but it kind of makes me believe in that relationship even more, that they are sticking together during this, taking the high road. And I also just have to say that I used Skeet in Wordle the other day, and it worked, and it helped me almost win. It was when it was sweet. So just throwing that out there for everyone.
Oh my God. When was Wordle sweet? I don't remember
like 2 or 3 days ago.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's more uncomfortable for Kim, like this kinds of never ending love triangle, or the fact that she had to wear tape to the Balenciaga show. She was wrapped in very high end caution tape to go to the Balenciaga fashion show during Paris Fashion Week. Because Balenciaga wanted to get some attention, and they certainly did. She looks real uncomfortable. It was real hard for her to walk.
Yeah, everyone was like, how did she go to the bathroom? And I was like, did you not see the Kardashians episode of the Met Gala where she just says she doesn't, or she would pee herself? Like, Kim is not worried about that, you guys.
Well, the show was inspired as a tribute to Ukraine. They all had to walk through the blowing winds, and Kim's outfit was inspired by, caution tape, bondage, rap, oppression was the whole vibe of the show, because Balenciaga's lead creative designer is from the Ukraine. So they almost canceled the show, but that was Kim's inspiration. The not having to pee was just a fun added bonus for her. Well, Sarah, there's a lot of back and forth between the famous liberal Democrat vegan hippie and a person who doesn't want to get vaccinated sports player. Shailene and Aaron may be reconciling, possibly healing our nation from a political divide with their contentious relationship. Tell us if that is true or what is going on.
Oh, God help us if Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers is what heals the nation. But no, yeah, we reported earlier this year that they had called off their relationship. They were taking some time apart, and they've since been spotted together a few times. They were at one of his teammates' weddings together in Montecito, California on March 5th. Miles Teller and his wife were also there, which Aaron Rodgers officiated. So someone trusts him to, bless a marriage. They have since been spotted together in Florida, and a source tells us that they certainly had their differences, and ultimately their relationship didn't work. This is what the original source said. They thought they were a good match in the beginning, but the more they got to know each other, they realized their careers, their interests, and political views were not aligned. Now, obviously, after the breakup made headlines, which makes me think that maybe they broke up a little while ago and then it came out. So then once it came out, you had Aaron Rodgers posting all these kind of Kanye, not Kanye, I won't compare him to Kanye, but public apologies and gushing over Shailene on Instagram. Nothing threatening and nothing, whatever, but a little bit, taking the public route. And a source has since told us that Aaron is attempting to win her back. He thinks their differences don't matter and they'd be a good fit, but Shailene doesn't quite know if she wants to get back together yet.
It is a very strange relationship, but there must be something keeping them together because they seem like they shouldn't work out. So like deep down inside, there's a little part of me that wants them to work it out because they're so
not
different.
Into it.
Me either.
You think
not
it's
into
toxic
it.
and horrible?
Danica Patrick and her guy just broke up. I shipped those two.
Interesting.
Danica and Aaron, I mean.
Right, Danica and Aaron, right.
They just seem to have way more in common than he and Shailene, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm still reeling over how irresponsible it was for him to just be so publicly cuckoo about the unvaxxing, because I think that really weighed on Shailene and her work. You can't get insured to be on a working set if you're unvaxxed. And I just think it was a bad look for both of them. And I don't know. I'm not into it. I think they just both need to grow.
One more coronavirus spike or variant, would they break up again? Is it because right now everything's a little calm? What if we get, YX, the Grimes children get together and there's
exactly
COVID variant and then they break up again? That's what I feel like would happen. I don't think this has any longevity. Maybe. Oh yeah, no.
Wow, their relationship is a microcosm for all of the COVID-19 strains. Who would have thought? Celebrities really are just like us. Well, a lady who we are just learning her name, Chani Jones. Know who she is? She is Kanye West's new girlfriend, muse. I don't really know what to call these ladies in his life until he tells me to. But she looks just like Kim Kardashian. And she has been told that on social media because it is a little eerie. But Chani Jones, just trying to say that so we remember, tried to fix some misinformation on her Instagram that has since been deleted, but she is getting a lot of Kim Kardashian comparisons, and people were saying that she got facial work, body work, all work to look just like Kim and is now dating Kanye, and it's sort of a single white female, or if you're younger, swim fan, sort of, I'm going to take over her life.
If you're really younger, the roommate with Leighton Meester and Minka Kelly.
That's what I was thinking about. Yes, the roommate too with Minka Kelly. She also has another movie on Netflix that is exactly the same right now. Minka really has a niche. But Chani Jones, she is no single white female because she showed a photo of herself from the back, showing off her pre-BBL body. She says, I was 20 here. This was before my BBL. Same face, same nose. I've never had a denial about my surgery, talking about the BBL. But to answer everyone's questions, yes, I had a BBL, but I've always been thick before surgery. She shared this. She also shared some facts about herself. So fun facts about Chani Jones. She is Black, mixed and white ancestry, she says. She is the COO of a behavioral health organization. She is currently studying for her master's, and she has a 4.0 GPA. And the most important thing that she wants you to know is that she did not have facial surgery to look like Kim Kardashian.
She didn't have facial surgery to look like Kim Kardashian, the same way Larsa Pippen didn't have any surgeries to look like Kim Kardashian, the same way Kim Kardashian didn't have any surgeries to look the way people are now having surgeries to look like her. I mean, are we kidding here, people? Like, what?
I mean, nothing says behavioral therapist like a Brazilian butt lift. Just saying.
Shout out to you for that 4.0 though.
Yeah, and getting her master's, I'm honestly impressed. But that's a really good question. It's sort of like a chicken or an egg. Did Kim Kardashian, did the LA face that everybody has on Instagram come first, or did Kim Kardashian come first? They're all trying to get that same level of beauty that we can all purchase. But I don't really know what came first. I think it's less weird on her that she looks just like Kim Kardashian, and more weird that Kanye is dating a clone. But she also posted that bikini picture yesterday, which is like a complete ripoff of like the same bathing suit, same background of a Kim photo. So it really is swim fan, single white female
Totally.
roommates.
Totally.
She's not what she's doing. It's Julia Fox of her, like running to the cut to give, you know, rundowns of the dates. That now it's just it's an even less lame version because she doesn't have anyone interviewing her. It's just Instagram thirst traps.
All right. Well, let's talk about Kim Kardashian for our first time on this podcast.
Yeah. We really are just going to go every other Kardashian topic instead of one foul swoop, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. No. It's nice to pepper in some Kardashians just as the Lord Kris Jenner intended. Sarah Heron, what can you tell us about the new Variety cover story for their Hulu docu? They're everywhere, making money, being boss ladies. Tell us what's going on.
Like a boss. Remember that Sheena Shea Lala commercial? Anyway,
yes.
Yes, the Kardashians are on the cover of Variety this week, looking great. No shock there. It's a pretty lengthy story. A lot of repetitive information about like their upcoming or their rise to fame, but the new stuff was a lot of the Hulu show, which is being described by the reporter and them as basically bougie keeping up with the Kardashians. The Hulu budget is bigger. Kim mentions drones in the first shot. That was something she wanted. No, gone are the days of E where they felt like they had restrictions because the episodes had to be shorter. They obviously used to be 30 minutes. Then they became an hour. Kim was kind of saying that maybe on this show that isn't a problem. So I assume they'll be all different lengths, which you see on streaming all the time. We don't quite need Inventing Anna, but maybe, you know, an extra bonus scene here or there. And Kim was asked if Pete, you know, for the first time on the record, I believe, was going to be on the show. And she said, I have not filmed with him. I'm open to it, but it's not really what he does, which it's like, it can be what he does. I think it's what he does now, Kimmy. But she said that he will not be on the show, but she will talk about him. So we're going to get from her side of the story, which is exciting because she's been saving it, I assume, which I get it, for us to watch this show, which I was planning to anyway. And then Kanye also was asked about, and she, you know, a lot has changed. She kind of said in the beginning of the production of the show, he's in the first couple episodes he was filming, he was very much the co-parenting, the dynamic, and then something switched. And she did say that she's never going to talk badly about the father of her child on the show because the kids can watch it, which I understand. But I think this is going to be hard to avoid. I think we're going to, you know, they're going to beat around the bush. We're going to know what she's talking about when Kim in the first half of the season is happy and the second half of the season maybe isn't so happy. Same thing with Khloe. She said, you know, I don't want to talk about Tristan welcoming a third child with another woman, but we're going to because that's what we promised to do.
You talked about the second one. I mean, might as well talk about the third one.
Exactly. That's what happens on this television program. They're all getting paid the same amount of money. And then the other thing that obviously, so I'm really excited for the show. First of all, I'm just really pumped. I've missed the Kardashians and I've seen every episode. But then Kim also, of course, talked about business and talked about her advice for women in business. And it was very simple. Do the effing work. Which I'm Team Kimmy, come for me, everyone. But the internet is mocking her, you know, born with money, privilege, people saying that, you know, maybe there's been allegations that the Kardashians haven't treated employees the fairest, all very in the past, you know, with pay, on allegations that we cannot prove or deny. So just throwing them out there, but we can't really get into. But I think Kim does work hard, and I don't care. Everyone come for me on the YouTube comments, come for me on the podcast reviews. I don't care. I think that Kim does work hard. So
I do too.
Totally. I completely agree. She does work really hard.
Daughter of Robert Kardashian, but there's...
Yeah. I mean, you know, she did study to pass that baby bar for the third time. You know, like, you know, she didn't do all that work in law school like a lot of people who want to be lawyers do. But, you know, she does negotiate some, you know, her mom negotiates things really well. She does work hard. I mean, getting into that tape and getting out of it, that was hard. That was at least a couple of hours. Yes. Looking pristine and amazing and showing up places in photo shoots takes a lot of time. And while sitting in a makeup chair might not be manual labor, it still requires a lot of your time. And she puts a lot of time in there. This just reminds me of, I don't know if you read Kourtney's Bustle cover story from a few weeks ago, but there was a line in there was like about Kourtney is like, you know, coming back to the show and how this time it's going to be different and how happy she is with Travis, yada, yada, yada. But the best part was Kourtney talking about like how hard, you know, she works with the balance of Poosh and being a mom and whatever. And she talks about how early she gets up to work out. And there was a line that said, through a representative for Kourtney clarified that she gets up earlier than two of her sisters.
like this like shady line because Kris Jenner gave a quote like, we all get up, we all, grind. And there was a subtext like Kourtney gets up earlier than two unnamed sisters. And I was like, this is oh God, give me that show.
Seriously.
I wonder who the two are.
I'm sure
Probably
it will be.
Kendall and Chloe.
We'll have to wait to the premiere of the Hulu series to find out.
Just because Chloe seems to have less going on, and maybe Kylie,
Yes.
but if Kylie, unless Kylie doesn't have a baby nurse, then Kylie and Kendall, I would say. But Chloe seems to have the least amount of maybe early obligation.
True.
Love you, Chloe.